Roots 2016, one of the most watched and talked about film of the year. Let me just take you through some part of the film.
You must hear your name first. You are Kunta Kinte, son of Omoran Binta Kinte. You must always honor your ancestors, the ones who love you and watch over you.
It's time your family pay Kunta.
Run!
Well, we could all remember that Roots 2016 is a remake of the same film, the same title, Roots, a book written by Alex Haley called Roots, the Saga of an American Family. We talk about Kunta Kinte, the legendary slave who was captured in Jufre in America. Well, I would say Roots 2016 and some part of the book's Roots, it is the most manipulative, most exaggerated, most misinterpreted, and then it is the biggest misinformation of this year 2016. Just by looking at the first part of this film, you will realize that there are a lot of lies in this film. First, let me talk you through the family tree of Kunta Kinte. According to their family source here in the Gambia, Kunta's father, actually his grandfather, was from Mali. And then Dara who says he's from Mauritania. When he came in, he first settled at Kia on the south bank of the river Gambia. Not actually the north bank, not at Jufre, it was at Kia. Then the people in Albreda was always a prosperous town, other than Jufre, as we all know, all together. That was this particular year that they were experiencing drought. There were minimal rains, so they asked the grandfather of Kunta to come to intercede for them as a grand marvel. When he came, he prayed for them. Then later, they gave him a piece of land to stay, where he built his family. So, which will tell you that Kunta's family are scholars, not actually warriors, as the film Roots 2016 depicts Kunta's father as a warrior. Listen, during this time, Albreda was part of a kingdom called Nyomi. Nyomi was ruled by the Sonko clan, and then the Sonkos and the Sanyans are called Koringos. And then you have Mane and Sanyang, which are called the Nyanjos. And in the film you could see where they are trying to talk about the Koringos and they misleadingly call them Koros. Kunta's father was no warrior. He was no warrior for the king. They were scholars. So definitely Kunta was no Maninka warrior. This thing has to be very clear, because the next generation coming will hold you accountable for what you are trying to spread. Because the next generation coming, they will look at these videos and take it as the story of Kunta. That is one. Two, In the film, you look at the dress code of people, sometimes I just laugh. When there's a Kunda is a Maninka, one thing the makers of this film should learn, Maninka is a diverse language. It has different dialects. And then all these people, they have a unique way of dressing and then a unique way of speaking the Maninka language. The dress code was not very bad, but to some extent it's very, very, very bad, because during this time, Islam has taken over Gambia. So young girls stop dressing like the way the film is trying to depict. And then, come on, Gambi Bolong is not a stream, my friend. It's a river. And around Albuquerque, from one side of Gambi Bolong to the other side of Gambi Bolong, is more than 4 kilometers. So how can you just take a small stream of river and then call it Gambi Bolong? Which brings me back to your location. Very poor. You are making a film, making millions out of it. I think you should try your level best to give us something that you know is close to reality, not fiction. Especially if it is a biography of someone that everybody in this world is talking about. You are not being fair to the world, and the world should tell you accountable for it. You see, the Mandinka speaking in this film is very funny. You know, why train people to speak Mandinka when you can find people that can speak Mandinka to be part of a film? Simple logic. You just want to make the film cheap and then gain a lot of money out of it, which I must say we have succeeded. The Mandinka, you know, there are some part of the film as a Mandinka, born and brought up, Mandinka being my first language, I cannot even understand a single word that they are trying to say. I have to play, pause to see. You know, the Mandinka in the Gambia and the Mandinka in Mali and Guinea are completely different. You should be fair to the image of Kunda and then to be fair to their family, at least to have certain locations based in the Gambia. You know, it is like making a film about the independence of America and putting the location in Japan. It makes no sense. Seriously, if you look at the film, you look at the topography, you will know that this is the biggest fabrication ever. That's not Alfred. That's not how Joffrey is. Okay, let's go back to the film. You see, in the film, you realize that there's this part that where they are singing and then Kunda was trying to fight with the Koringo guy, as they call it. This. How did they say it again? The chorus. Good. The chorus. Koro guy. They were fighting for a lady. Listen, during the time of Kunta, young men are rarely seen around women, much more to fight for them in public. You know, I think it is better for you guys to go out and tell people that this film is actually fiction, not real. It's not based on a true story. Then you will free people from the guilt, especially the white folk, the guilt that they feel. Or some people also who might take this story as something that has really happened, as it is. You know, there are a lot of different things that you know are in the film which are very wrong, very premature, very badly done, that you need to change. I think the reason for any sinful person to do anything is to make that thing better. But Route 2016 has failed in all these aspects. The only good thing about this film is the color grading. I love it. You know, the third thing is, who really is benefiting from this Kunda story? No, the roads. because it is actually not the Kinde family in Alberta. If you go, they are still living in the same place that they were. I was brought up not far from the compound where I did my nursery school, and yet still, it's the same structures I still see at this place. So I think it is high time you guys start sharing profits with them, because the story belongs to them too. Well, as our national historians and then guardians of our customs and traditions have seen the film and then they are keeping quiet, so I take it upon myself to tell you and the whole world that Roots is full of lies, deceptions, a lot of misinformation, and it is high time for you to do a remake. Road 2016 X.
Bamba kumbola albambo